Yes. Uh, could do with a little bit of turning, I think. Bill there. And could do with a little bit of turning. Uh, yes, must do a slight more bit turning there. Uh, look at that one for sound. Was one day I didn't check and there was no sound. So look at that one. That's okay. Welcome to the William Live Show on the William channel. Have we got guests today? Oh, yeah, we've got guests today. So, what are we waiting for if we've got guests? I'm going to let the guests introduce their own. Ha, ha, ha. So, here we go. Right, so we're going over to Billy Bass's selection of the day. And here he comes, the one and only Billy Bass. Now, Billy, read your selection of the day. Ensign swinging Sammy Swordfish birthday gift. Put up by 36101. Oh, that's great. Now, Billy Bass, what would you do if you seen Ensign swinging Sammy Swordfish heading for you with his sword on your birthday? Billy says, I'd swim underneath of him and I'd switch up his button. Oh, none of the other fish would think of that. No, because I'm a clever fish. Billy Bass. And I'm going to sing for you right now. Switch up his button. Yeah, great. For Billy Bass there. And there he goes. And that's Billy Bass there singing his songs. You might want to know what his song is. I think Al Green's version of Take Me to the River, also done by Sil Johnson. Both 74, I think, and 75, and then 1980, Talking Heads done it. Take Me to the River. I say, took me in the river, put me in the river, put me in the river. Big mouth Billy Bass. We just call him Billy B, because there's so many Billy Bobs and Billy B's and Billy Basses around. And that's what Billy would do if he's seen Sammy Swordfish. It's switch up his button. Ha, ha, ha. And what about our second guest of the day? It's Sherlock Bear. Now, Sherlock, now tell me, why have you selected this one of the day, Jimmy Time? He's putting a lot up at the moment, you see. Ha, ha, ha. I'm really into little bears and things, but I do like a Rudolph, and I do like anything like that. I don't like fish. No, no, sorry, Billy. Oh, yeah, I like you, of course, yeah, but I mean, this, but I do, I don't like some swordfish. It might prick me. No, no, it's, some swordfish. I can't get under the sea to switch up his button. Can you switch up his button, Billy? Here he comes. He's coming straight for me. Yes. Whoa, duck out the way. Right. Billy switched off his button. Now it's Jemmy time. Jemmy, feet wiggling Rudolph. There's Rudolph looking, he's wiggling his feet. There's Sherlock Bear, he's wiggling his head. Ball, wave your arm. Bum, ba, ba, dee, dum, dum, dum. Bum, a diddle, diddle, dum. I write a song every day, but the only problem is they're no good. But imagine labeling a person as no good. Are you going to sing a song for us? You are, 'cause you're the singing bear. The Billy represents a fish. You're insecure. And a bear. Singing bear. Yeah, there he goes. And that's Sherlock Bear. Yes. Try and preserve his battery a little bit. Sherlock Bear. And that was great. And now we've got a little guest. Hello. My name is Fluffy the Cat. I'm sorry, William, I cannot sing. Can you help me? Oh, yes, come on, let's do a diddly do together. Diddly 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 do. Diddly 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 do. My name's Fluffy the Cat. Once I got caught by a rat. It bit my tail and I'm in jail. I got caught by a rat. Rat, rat. Was that a rat trap? Yes. I'm Fluffy the Cat. Can I do a one? Well, you can't sing. No, you can't sing. I'll do your voiceover for you. Do you want to do the next one? Go on then. Right. Now, can you read it? Yeah. No, you read it. You read it, William. Yes. Add a title that describes your video. Type it to mention a channel. Mention a channel, you see, that's us. We're on the William channel. Oh, my name is Fluffy Cat. I'm on the William channel. Yes, and I've got no hat. Yes, but I've got a thing on the top of my head, which I'm not sure what it is. It's me hair, I think. Yes, PG Flower. PG Flower. A title now that describes your video. Right. Title. Fluffy Cat Sings. To mention your channel on the William channel. And there he is, Fluffy Cat sang on the William channel. And there you go. And that's our entry. And Fiji Flower sent it in. Hmm. Right, we move on now with a StreamYard from Ian, the animatronic stuff collector. He got his feet wet again. Help, shouts Rocky867. Should we help him? Should we find out what he wants first? No, when you want to help a person, you cannot find out what they want. It could be sinking in the sea. His house could be on fire. You might not see the flames, it might be, but he might still be on fire. Um, hmm, maybe his best friend has died, but you don't know. You see, when you've got to help a person, You don't know what kind of help you're gonna get into. Anyway, help Rocky 867. Bryland's a video editor. Get your stomach growl. Episode 11 coming soon. The stomach growl competition. Oh, we don't growl, 'cause our bears growl all the time. Yes, we tried doing the voice, the YouTube voice, but I couldn't growl like our bears. No. And the freight train took the BNSF manifest NSKC district in Camden, Missouri, coming down the line now. I can't quite see him. Well, I can see him, but he's only small on the thumbnail, very small. Um, and Jimmy time, the indoor Christmas decorations are starting to get put up now, are they? 23 Grandma's house. Oh, we'll all be going over there for our Christmas. Yes. And we'll be doing a Christmas show from Jimmy Time's grandma's house. Yes. Well, we do like to get out and about. Yes. Ian, the animated stuff collector. We'll be visiting him at TJ Maxx. Oh, yeah. Halloween for the Plaza Del Norte. Yeah. Next July the 20th, because we missed it. Thank you very much, Ian. And Mr. Halloween Dude, we hit 500 subs on the history of my channel, the Mr. Halloween Duty. Yes, yes, dude looks like a lady. Oh, I can see his photograph on there. Mr. Halloween Dude, I would like to say something. Dude looks like a lady, and that's Aerosmith, and don't blame me. Psalm of Sardol Halloween, still edited demo. Chuck and Jasper Studios, Chuck E. Cheese, Springfield, Illinois, Chucky's make-believe band. See you at one stage down the road song. Up and coming is Why the Scarecrow. Premieres on 7/21/23 at 6:30 p.m. So don't miss him. Swamp Scarecrow. He comes out of the swamp like a swampy. The swamp must be starting to dry up in the heat and the hot weather, but not dry up completely, of course. It lures you in, yes. Home Depot Halloween 23. Unboxing and setup from Wyatt. And Chuck and Jasper Studios, Chuck E. Cheese in Springfield, Illinois. See you. One stage, the most perfect day song. Ah, that'll be Lou Reed. That's who you need for that perfect day. It's just a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Let's have another tequila in the park and then let's sleep in the dark. Yeah. Chuck and Jasper Studios, Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum, Laughing Sailor. Ah, what would you do with the drunken sailor? Took him off the ship. Yes. And the Dream Corp, Norway 3-day grid. And Halloween Hangout with the Home Depot 23 13-foot Jack Skellington unboxing thoughts and demo video. TR Fan 1985. There's rhythm everywhere, featuring Grubby Teddy Ruxpin. Hey Grubby, you need to wash. Bears going to wash, bears dip in the river and have a wash. Mine to come out more dirtier than when they were when they went in. Because the river's got flies and little fish and creepy crawlies and all sorts. But they still feel a bit refreshed. Same as the cowboys when they go on the river for a wash, yeah. With the pants on. Oh, yes. Why the Scarecrow? Swamp Scarecrow. Home Depot Halloween 2023. George music for all four seasons. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Genuine imitation. Live Gazette by Psycho Platters, Frankie Valli, and Bob Gaudio. And the Jimmy and Wowee guy, Lucky Star Import and Export, stunt scooter robot. Everybody's getting on a scooter now. And some people are getting run over by them. Morris Costumes, Rocky the King Lobster, 2019, Haunted Ferris Wheel. Yes, Haunted Ferris Wheel. What goes up never comes down. And yes, and Deep Adventures, Danny Ramplin at the Milk Bar in London, 1992, and he says, "I'll have a glass of milk, please. Make it a flavoured one. Let's have a lovely lemon and mango flavour. Yeah, yes, something exotic. Yeah. It's often called a milkshake. It wasn't my idea anyway. Um, Jimmy Time, Mickey salutes on Briddick. And Snowy's animatronic seasons animated two-headed skeleton dog and Skylar Studios with a Jimmy animated Christmas Scooby-Doo with the candy cane. There he is with the candy cane. And Jimmy Time, Jimmy Spinning Snowflake Snowman. His audio is being remastered. And best gameplay was got in the Band 3, the Minecraft, Roblox, got in the Band 4, 5, 6, Chef, Pigster, Boss, Fight, and Hunter Tim. Oh, there's Marilyn. Oh, there's Marilyn. Marilyn Monroe. My name is Norma Jean. When a cheer needed to Marilyn Monroe. David Otis with Marilyn Short. Marilyn Short. Yeah. Short, yes. At 5'2". Yeah. And there's Halloween C. Lewis Halloween 23. Starting to set up now. And I've got 3A6101. He's coming in with he's singing Swingfish. Oh, maybe we should have had him on the day, but he hasn't qualified yet. No. The Carpetbagger, he's been back to Ripley's, believe it or not. Yes, I've seen them before. And Louise Tussauds, Palace of Wax Museum. Yes. Of Fear, yes, and that's at the Grand Prairie, Texas. And still not putting a red carpet out for our fella. No. That'll be when he attends Books Palace, yes. Yes, THD 3000 for Tingo Fingo. And Halloween Hangout. Gaming and other stuff, idea care. On the Halloween Hangout there, somebody's tried to move his screen up a bit, to move the list up, and he's gone and shown a video. Isn't that make a shout for help? But he's coming back slowly. So this time he's gonna page up, and of course it's a half popper. So what does he see? He sees Bianca's nostalgic corner. He sees Bianca's cat's tail, but he doesn't see much else. Then now he's put it down. He sees his head. He sees that's all. That's a half popper. A half off the top of the screen, or you can get it half off the bottom of the screen. In which you can read the top, but you can't read the bottom. You'll have to put it up or down. Do it too fast up or down, you lose it. You'll have to use your slider. Jimmy time on 43 seconds. Jimmy Funky Hound audio rip, but it's glitching. And Rocky the King Lobster Spirit of Halloween 21. Wacky Mole. And then we have Collector Studios, 2001, a prototype, Merry Music, Dances Santa. And we have SBL 4, a random test I made in Blender. Well, he knows best to put it in a blender. Yes. Who's going to Spirit Halloween flagship this year? Not me, says Teen Vlogger. Yes. And the SBL4 probable pool to SBL 3 and EP1. And TR fancies child safety message. Teddy Ruxpin is here. Looks a bit like Tommy Bear. TR fan 1985. What is a woolly? What's it? Teddy Ruxpin. Didn't kind of make sense to me. What do you get if you cross a sheep with a kangaroo? You get a woolly jumper. And there you go. And Furby Man, Happy Wisdom Fish, the singing sensation. Dr. Cocter, Jimmy, Edwardian, Butler, Demo, a rare Menards variant. Robotical Halloween, Nova Beat, Magnum's chip died. Just when he was going to start talking love. That's Magnum, the band. And Halloween Hangout, new for 23. Spirit of Halloween, crazy, create, animated, tabletop, talking devil cherub in action. And Tingo Fingo, Willow Loves Halloween, The Last Straw, featuring Bats the Haunter, and the Party Time diss track, Leak for Tingo Fingo. Ian, with his TJ Maxx, the game will be coming down at the same Halloween 2023 at Tillua on July the 19th. That'll be July the 19th next year because we missed it, Ian. Robotical Halloween, both beat Magnum, True Heroes, Magnum the band. Yes. I reckon Start Talking Love was one of the best. July the 19th, Dennis Anderson arrived. I've just arrived here, but I've been here one day, but I've been here before last week. I don't know my way around the William Channel yet, but I'm here. Yes, and Ascend the Clown Haunter, Spirit of Halloween 23. Store set up part 4, The Widow and more. The Sleepy's intro from 3G Flower. Yes, why not? 3G Flower there. And Elijah, the animatronic collector, Home Depot 23, 12-foot wide, Predator of the Night, animatronic. And Gold Clock and the Quarantine Kids play Twist and Shout. Yes, just checking in, William. Yes, we're all here. We're going to play Twist and Shout. Which one would you like, Beatles, Isley Brothers? Well, the man for the twist was Chubby Checker. He could do a little bit of twist and shout, but he preferred to do his own. Let's twist again. Lol, yeah. Bianca's nostalgic corner really is. Yes, I've got the Spirit of Halloween with Rocky the King Lobster, Uncle Charlie, and the season's animated mini skeleton puppy for Snowy's animatronics. And Jammy Time, Jammy Freaky Geeks, Frankenstein, and low pitch edit, and credit to Lakeway 44. I've always done a lot of Lakeway. He usually has fish, but sometimes he has toys, yeah, and dolls, yeah. Well, that's it, I think, for here. We've got a lot of work to do today. And just to see, just surfaced before I just went there was a Halloween Sea 3rd 3000 could hit unboxing setup and Type A Houston. Susie the Thin Lips, yeah, we done all these yesterday. I'm gonna have a look in the studio, because once I had a look in the studio and it frightened me. I wasn't there. I was speaking and doing the show, but the video had packed in. It hadn't packed in. It was a YouTube studio, and I was locked in the dark for 24 hours. But I just left it and thought, well, it'll go off by itself. But it was 24 minutes actually, but it seemed like 24 hours. But there you go. Now, well, we're doing all right in the studio today. Now, what's that thing I've got to do now? Oh, yes. I see. What's coming up now? It's William with his singles. I bet, are you enjoying his singles? I don't know what he's enjoying his singles. Will we try and find out and see if he's enjoying his singles? That's what I feared. I feared that he wasn't enjoying his singles. Or he hadn't been, or he hadn't been put on, he hadn't been to the pub for a while. Yeah. But he's enjoying his singles now. Yes. Open the boards there now, available for you. All the singles from the last few days. This is called Williams Singles, if you want to have a look at it. Right, kick off. But would you believe we've got 330 on here? Now, how did we get 330 on here? And it will believe, there's not an awful lot of room. We sifted through all of these guys, and we've got thousands more to try and bring you some. The idea was to bring you some which we don't see too often, therefore you're not too familiar with them. Yeah, but sometimes it can be the song also by a band which you do know, but you don't know the song very much. And I'll decide. Right, and sometimes it can be a lesser band with a memory like me. You will know the band from yesteryears, such as we'll start with the first one, Starland Vocal Band, Afternoon Delight, 1976. Yes, pretty well remember it. People today might not even know what it is, so there you go. And older people even before that time will say, like the 50s and 60s, and a bit patchy on the 70s. Starland, you said, and how about I think this was in the 70s as well, yes, Silver's Storybook Girl. We never hear much of the Silvers. Now look, I scour music, and I mean, I've never, I've rarely heard of the Silvers. But there they go. Probably in America, probably had a slight hit. Storybook Girl. We know Tina Charles, All Comes Back to You, 1976. It's not one of her best. She's best when she's in the mood for dancing, yeah. Best when she's dance, little lady, yeah. The main ingredient. Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? Well, I always turn to Billy Bass, Sherlock Bear, and little Fluffy Cat here, 'cause at least they understand me, and I've always got somebody. Again, with the main ingredient, a lot of people have said, well, we really don't know them. Unless we specialise in the 70s. The Little River Band I've highlighted many times on here on many of these albums, but this one's for the Night Owls official music video. I will just stop there just a little bit because the Night Owl, Wise Owl, he only comes out at night. He does the night show. And so that's one of his favourites, Little River Band, the Night Owls, and that's especially for Wise Owl. Another report I'm getting in is that England Lion has arrived at the Women's World Cup. down in Australia and New Zealand. And he sent his report back for the first day. England not in action yet, but they're getting ready soon, he says. And he says the latest we've had was Switzerland beat Philippines. There's a few Philippine friends I know, but I don't think they're too much into soccer. Naturally, New Zealand won yesterday, and Australia. And I understand that there's Spain's in action. Sure. England, I will bring you a daily report on all soccer when the soccer season starts. I'll give you a little report. And now you're going. But he's not gone yet. Need to slide on. Sunlight by Three Dog Night. I liked some Three Dog Night. Joy to the World and things like that. Sunlight. I see it shine through the trees and never really struck me. Never really paid much attention to it, heard it or too much. Even though I've heard Three Dog Night. Janice Ian at 17 live in 1976. Yes, she was. And we know Janice Ian's song, yes. Put it up many times. Little River Band with Night and Day reminiscing live in Australia, 79. We know Little River Band. Robert John as well, we've done. We have an album with them on. Sad Eyes, 1979. And we have next, Couldn't We Be Friends by the Bidoo Orchestra. It's not that we didn't know the Bidoo Orchestra. I'm not too sure of some of their songs. And the Only Friends this time by the Letterman in the 60s. The Letterman were not big over here in the UK, but in America they had a few hits in it. The Letterman. Next up, the Bells. Stay a while for the class of 76. Don't know the Bells or much about them. No Little Jimmy Bell by the Brown, but that was by the Browns. That was in the 50s. Different song. It takes too long to learn to live alone. Edie Gormley, yeah, I know all about Edie Gormley and her friends and that in the 60s and still around the 70s, I think. Maureen McGowan, The Morning After video. Yes, we've seen Maureen McGowan on TVs and things, but we've never seen her since. No. Craig Runke, I'll Always Love You. I think it's got more to do with it abroad than he has here, and I don't think he done much here. Morris Albert, She's My Girl, 1976. Morris Albert had a hit here, a smaller hit, but not with She's My Girl, and he's done precisely little else. Yes, but there he is. And Skylark, there's a lot of Skylark on here. Wildflower, it's another Wildflower, so it's another Wildflower. Michael Center, I think, done a Wildflower. Linda Ronstadt, You're No Good. Yes, reeling in the Years archive. Yes, we know Linda Ronstadt. And from Stone Ponies days. Kim Carnes, well, everybody knows Betty Davis eyes, but You're a Part of Me. Slips my memory. I'd have to play it again and hear it. Can't remember it. Bob Welsh, Sentimental Lady, original promo video. Yeah, I've heard of Bob Welsh, but I don't know much about his Sentimental Lady. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, I've got Mr. Bojangles, I've got the album Nitty Gritty Dirt Band in the 60s. Yes, we knew of them, but didn't do a lot of hits here, mind. It's more American. Michael Martin Murphy and the Rio Grande Band is well known round about the Rio Grande. Uh, is that down in Rio? Is that's in America and wildlife. So not too much of them here. Daniel Sector Cruz Ensemble. Solido, when a child is born. We know when a child is born, Johnny Mathis over here. Much later, I think in 74. We don't know the lady, but it's on albums here. England Dan and John Ford Coley. Yeah, I know Dan, he's from England. Um, I know plenty Johns as well, but love is the answer. But we never got much of England Dan and John Ford Coley, although we know them quite well. And I think of you by Sugar Man. And I don't even know who that one is totally. And a song for you, Leon Russell and Friends, 1971. And a nitty-gritty dirt band with American Dream. Leon Russell, yeah, he's popular with some of the country singers, I think, and rock, I say, in the late 60s, early 70s. Uh, Hughes Corporation had a hit, but not with this one. I Got Caught Dancing Again. And Friends of Distinction, biggish in America, not too big, but not going at all here. Grazing in the Grass in the late 60s. And Why Did I Lose You? The Friends of Distinction. The Intruders, together. They got in by the back door and they decided to stay together. And then they got out. We don't know much about them, the Intruders. I think they had a slight hit. David, or no, this one's The Harder I Try by the Free Movement. I'm afraid we don't know much about the Free Movement. And Al Wilson, Show and Tell. Yeah, it's classed, I think, as Northern Soul. Al Wilson, Show and Tell. Uh, Let a Woman Flow by It's a Beautiful Day in America. Never heard of here. Nobody knows them here. Ronnie Dyson, Just Don't Want to Be Lonely, 1973. Yeah, we know the song. Some other people have done it as well. And Natalie Cole with Inseparable. We know Natalie Cole, daughter of Nat King Cole. Yeah, she done Unforgettable with Nat. Yes. Paul Jones, yeah, we know Paul Jones, Manfred Mann, but he broke away from Manfred Mann and in his high time in 1967. I thought it was going to be big Paul Jones, big, lots and lots of hits, but he had a one or two after that, but not so much. And of course, he was English. Carol King, it might as well rain until September. Well, it's here in this country. It's dull today and it is mostly cloudy, but it has been light rain and it's supposed to rain for the next 10 days. So, I liked some of these. So I put on some of the ones I liked. Nashville Teens with the Back of Road 1964. It gets a lot of mention. It's on a lot of compilations. And Alan Price, I put a spell on you. Like Nina Simone's and Creedence Clearwater also. Head Shoppers Anonymous, a band I really liked. It's Good News Week, associated with Jonathan King, but 1965 had a goodish hit with this one, but never took off with anything else. And I was in the UK. Don't Push It, I think, was the other one, but it failed its purpose, I think. Peter and Gordon, A World Without Love. Yeah. Knew the Beatles well, Peter and Gordon. Um, Oh, yeah, which one was Peter? Yeah, Peter and Gordon, yeah. And Paul McCartney go in with Peter Tinder, I think. So, yeah, I knew the Beatles quite well, Peter and Gordon. Lulu, I'm a tiger. Yes. Was that not for Eurovision? I think was some of us was for Eurovision. Ernie Mascarara, shout, shout, knock yourself out. Early 60s, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm familiar with that one. Honey Bush, I Can't Let Maggie Go. It was a good hit for Honey Bush, and I never heard anything more of Honey Bush. Well, they did do a few albums and that, but were still around, I think, in the 70s. But in Nashville Teens, it had another hit with Google Eye and gradually seemed to start to fade. Yeah. Lulu with Boom Bang a Bang went on from success to success, went in Eurovision 69. She was still going. And Procol Harum, a salty dog. What is a salty dog? It's the ship's captain. The only wash he gets, the only bath he gets is the sea spray coming over. He's a salty dog. And a lot of people seem to like that in the late 60s, but of course it's not one of the big hits. Was on an album. Jackie D. Shannon, Put a Little Love in Your Heart, 1969. We know about Jackie D. Shannon. Um, Classics 4. Um, Spooky. Yeah, that one must have been American, but it did surface over here. Art Garfunkel, I Only Have Eyes for You. We already know about Art after I left Paul Simon. Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones. Well, that's something between him and Mrs. Jones, yes, and everybody else gets involved in it. And in 1971, Alan Price and Georgie Fame. That was how they termed the act or the show, Alan Price and Georgie Fame. We used to always say the price of fame, and Rosetta, 1971. Claudia Rogers, again, associated, I think, with Eurovision with one Jack in the Box here. Yes, representing United Kingdom, Jack in the Blocks, or Jack in the Blocks as well, with Claudia Rogers. Yeah, 1971 it was, the Eurovision Song Contest. Yes. And of course, Donna was associated with Eurovision. Please tell him that I said hello. 1975, that was not the one. It was the other one. And Too Much, Too Little, Johnny Mathis and Dennis Williams. Colin Blunstone, See You Don't Mind. There are more questions than answers for Johnny Nash, 1972. Johnny had quite a few hits here. Johnny Mathis, Dennis Williams, Johnny Nash, and Colin Blunstone had one or two, and of course he was with the Zombies, in the 60s. Al Stewart had a good hit with The Year of the Cat, and when The Year of the Dog came in, he's all gone. He's all gone. And Clarence Carter, he was stuck sewing his patches, and he didn't do much else. Carol Biasea, you could call them one hit wonders, but they might have had a little bit more. You're moving out today, 1977, Carol Biasea, just a one hit, I think, and nothing basically else. Same with Andrew Gold with his Lonely Boy. He had another one or two, but he didn't have too many. The Weather Report doing Birdland. Sure. Barely heard of them, but maybe just a little bit. Lieutenant Pigeon, Mouldy Old Door was a good sized hit in the British charts here. I think it topped the charts, I think. But they had really not much else. Desperate Dan, I think. Billy Swan, I Can Help in about 1973. He could help, but he never got a chance to. So, I mean, he didn't get nothing else. Christie, Yellow River, doesn't have much else. San Bernardino was a hit for him. I Just Don't Want to Be Lonely, remastered by the main ingredient. That did come up with one of the other songs before there. Yeah, one known, but not too well. James and Bobby Purify, they were around in the 60s into the 70s. I'm Your Puppet, well known in soul, but they didn't have a lot of hits. I'm Your Puppet, probably the biggest thing they've ever done. Um, Eddie Rabbit was totally unfamiliar to us. He was hidden down his rabbit hole, and mostly in America. Which way, every which way but loose. And then one or two started to get interested in him in the UK, but I don't think he had any hits here. And of course, El Flyers, we expected a lot of. Little did she know, did we know, did she knows, did they know, and now the whole world knows they didn't have much else. Justin Hayward, he did Forever Autumn, 1978, but again, he has a few other songs which are decent, but he didn't have too much else. The Tourists with Annie Lennox, I Only Want to Be With You, a Dusty Springfield song, Top of the Pops 1979. But the Tourists had one or two other small hits, but then Annie, of course, went into Eurythmics in the 80s. Dart Steady Cool, 1977. M were pop music. Darts had a few hits. M only had practically the one hit with pop music. Terry Jacks, Seasons in the Sun, he didn't have much else. Sheila had a couple with Girls, Girls, Girls. And Robert Knight, Love on a Mountain Top. He did Everlasting Love as well, and of course, the Love Affair did it. Middle of the Road had several hits, but yeah, it was quite surely, just a little bit farther down the charts, 72. Bicara, Yes Sir, I Can Boogie, and it did boogie for a while. The Dooleys, Want It. Yeah, Dance Little Lady Dance. That's Tina Charles, and she's more at home with that one. Liverpool Express, You Are My Love. Well, it came from Liverpool, and yeah, they had a hit, one or two hits, not much else. Love Me, Love My Dog by Peter Shelley, 1975. There's a lovely picture of his dog. He had one or two. B.E. Robertson, Bang Bang, yes, it's probably his biggest, but he did other things as well, early 70s. Sarah Brightman, Hot Gossip, I Lost My Heart to a Starship Trooper, 79. Yeah, Sarah Brightman has a few hits, but Hot Gossip, don't know. One hit, I think. Disco Lady from Johnny Taylor, 1976. It doesn't seem to surface with much else. Dead End Kids Have I the Right? Why, it's a Honeycomb song from the 60s, but it got them a good size hit and precisely nothing else. Wild Cherry, Play That Funky Music, is well known and often played, but it did not have much else. Manhattan's Kiss and Say Goodbye, The Miracles' Love Machine, Same Miracles over Smokey Robinson, and the Miracles had plenty hits with him, but not an awful lot on our own. Gary Wright with Love Is Alive, 1976. Walter Murphy, a fifth of Beethoven, even if he was a tenth of Beethoven. I never really made it. A small hit with that and not much else. Silver Convention, Fly, Robin Fly, 1975. And Seals and Croft, Get Closer. These are not two popular artists, which you see every day. That's the Silvers again. Boogie Fever, Midnight Special, 1976. England Dan and John Ford Corley. I'd really love to see you tonight. People know the song, but I'm still trying to catch on to England Dan and John Ford Corley. Silver Convention, Get Up and Boogie. Popular in 76. And a Casey and the Sunshine Band, Shake, 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 Shake Your Booty. With Dolly Parton, and Dolly Parton shaking her booty in 1976. Oh. And the Commodores here, Sweet Love. Ah. And our page is going to turn Rhythm Heritage, a theme from SWAT, 1975. Disco. Ohio Players, Love Roller Coaster. Lou Rawls, You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine. Starbuck, Moonlight Feels Right. All just small hits. Lou Rawls has quite a few, but he doesn't have a lot of big hits. Gary Wright, Dreamweaver seemed to be his best. Vicky Sue Robinson, we hardly know her, but turn the beat around. She had a small hit somewhere. Captain and Tennille, Love Will Keep Us Together, has a few. Captain and Tennille have Lonely Nights as well. That's why they spend them together. Angel Face, 76. Donny and Mary Osmond, Deep Purple. They went to see Deep Purple and couldn't understand what the bum 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 is about. It's rock, he says. Rock? I thought it was Deep Purple. I like Deep Purple. Ah, well, it's Deep Purple, the band. No, she says. I wanted Deep Purple by, Deep Purple. Nino Temple and April Stevens. Oh, it's not that Deep Purple. It's Black Knight. Oh. Rufus and Sugar Khan, Sweet Thing, 1975. Shannon, by Henry Gross. Time of Your Life from Paul Anka. He was still around in the 70s. He started in the 50s. Not bad, Paul. He came back again for to do a few more on his 70s tour. And C.W. McCall, Convoy in America. And we done a Convoy over here as well, Convoy GB. With Dippy Dipstick, yeah. Yes, it was DLP as well. And welcome back, John Sebastian. Yes, he was with the Love and Spoonful in the 60s. He did some on his own, never had a really good hit. The Brothers Johnson, I'll Be Good to You, scraped her through a little bit. And the Staple Singers, Let's Do It Again. Captain Tennille, Better Shop Around. Wing and a Prayer, Fife and Drum Corps, Babyface, 1975. Get those Scottish marching bands again. Or any marching band. George Benson, The Masquerade. Yeah, I know several George Benson. Keith Carradine, I'm Easy, 75. Know very little about him. Silver, Wham Bam. Ooh. With the American radio, you say that. They're known there, but not so known here. And War, that's War the Band doing Summer 1976. And John Travolta, Let Her In. It's Olivia knocking at the door. Let her in. And as the doorman lets her in, the next one flies off the screen. Orleans, she says, I'm away down to Orleans. I'm doing a show. I'm still the one. Rhino, no, Fog It, or Fog Heart, if you want. Just take him on a slow ride and he'll be happy. Ohio players. Hoochie Coo. Yeah, not Hoochie Coo. Who? Hood. Hoochie Coo. David Ruffin. Jimmy, brother. Walk away from love. It was with the Temptations. David Ruffin. Uh, Candy Staton, Young Horse Run 3 in 76. Parliament. Give up the funk. Tear the roof off the sucker. That's Parliament. One or two. It's Larry Gross. Junk Food Junkie 76. Never heard of him. Rick Dees. I think he's maybe British it is, but he got his disco duck. We've got Yellow Duck over here and on the shore. And Jean Loves Jezebel. That's a Heaven album by them. Desire. Not always too familiar with some of the songs, mind. They only scraped a small one. The same with When in Rome, they got the promise that they would get a hit, and they got a hit, and never got any more. And More to Lose is by Fiona Dancing. I know very little about them. The Bolshoi Away, yes, we've heard of Bolshoi, but that's Away too. I like this one, and it was a hit, and it's Peter Shilling, Major Thomas Coming Home. He survived all those years above the moon. And what did he eat? Hmm, moon ice. Yes. Yes, and some moonflies were blowing in the wind. Lovely things he is. Yes, it's amazing he survived. Yes, but Strawberry Switchblade let her go. And never you done that, general public. We know Strawberry Switchblade, general public, very vague. Naked Eye always something there to remind me. Of course, we think of Sandy Shore when we see that one, but that Naked Eyes, we do know it. And Real Life, Send Me an Angel, 89, more familiar with Scorpions, Send Me an Angel. Um, Two Rivers by the Adventures. Never heard of them, really. Yeah, probably have, but Book of Love by Boy. Never heard of it. Concan, I beg your pardon, yes, I never promised you a rose garden. We know Concan's 80s hit. And Belia's Sum with Animal Magic. We know of Belia's Sum. That's not a hit. Kansas, What's on My Mind? Don't know the song. Lenny Kravitz, it ain't over till it's over. We know Lenny, Andy's over. Andy's other ones as well. Are you going to go my way, Lenny? Hypnotized by Copyright. I think the band is called Copyright. Yes, I do not know nothing about them. The American thing. Morrissey with Sweet Head. Tears for Fears, break it down again. And the Lotus Eaters, It Hurts. Of course, Morrissey and Tears for Fears, well known. The Lotus Eaters had one or two. Picture of You seemed to be the best. This is one, It Hurts. Information Society Repetition. Yeah, the name rings Information Society, but I'm never been into them. The Sound, Total Recall, don't know them. Edie Bicknell and the New Bohemians, yes. What am I? We know one of Edie's song there. You and I from Start Counting. I've never ever heard of them. Start Counting now, Sherlock. Big Audio Dynamite with Rush. MC Square is the best. Violent Femmes, we do know them. Blister in the Sun. And the Sundays with Summertime, yes. And the Smiths with Well I Wonder. Never heard of the Well I Wonder from the Smiths. Mustn't be on my album. Red Flag, Broken Hearts. No, didn't ring a bell to me. And Depeche Mode, Everything Counts as well. Yeah, good. Many, many Depeche Mode songs. Bolshoi, Sunday Morning. Bolshoi, had a small hit or a couple of hits or something. Railway Children, Every Beat of Your Heart was known. The pale fountains, palm of my hand. I've heard them mentioned before, but not. There's our band. Look, there's our band. There's our band. Not this one. This is Creep. CREEP. Extended. Radiohead, you say? No, it's By the Fall. That's not our band. That's not our band. That's not our band neither. Ask me, John. The Ocean Blue. We don't know nothing about them. And April showers have abandoned the ship. Just for April showers. And we don't know nothing about them. So there's the one I seen coming up at the bottom. Our band, because we've been highlighting them for years on here. Oingo Boingo. We close our eyes, and we know Oingo Razor as well. Yes, he contributes here on the show often. And we've still got Oingo Boingo on here somewhere. Yes, and I'll try to dig him out maybe for tomorrow for you. Yes, our band, Oingo Boingo, and the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo tribe. There's 8 of them in that band. Whoosh, that's a big band, you know. And Oingo Razor says he would have a shave, but he ain't gonna. He doesn't like razors. Yes. And Voice of the Beehive, I See Nothing, 1988. And Graceland by the Bible, we know Voice of the Beehive from the other songs. Graceland by the Bible, not really. Or Transistor by Gravity, and we've heard of its translator by Gravity. Don't know that one. Know a band even called, was a band called Transistor, but it's not here. Romeo Void, A Girl in Trouble is a temporary thing. Wash, we know. That's Romeo Void. Yes, we've heard of them. Too familiar with them. Riverside Cinnamon Eyes. And Wire Train with Chamber of Hellos. And Voice of the Beehive, Don't Call Me Baby. Yeah, that's the bigger one, which they had a hit with. So you see, we've got all this music here. You know, we've got it on compilation and that. We don't even know half the bands, you know. And we always call Oingo Boingo our band, yeah. Because we've got the whole album on here, yeah. Couple of the few of the albums, not just one, yeah. Reflects the Politics of Dancing. Yeah, people know that one. And the Swans, the Love Will Tear Us Apart. Well, it's really Joy Division, but the Swans did their version of it. The Red Rockers doing China. I think the band is the Red Rockers. In China, is China the video? Yes. Jesus Jones, right here, right now. We do know Jesus, and we do know Jesus Jones, but we don't hear much from today. Jesus Jones, international bright young thing. Yeah, that's his, probably his best with right here, right now. Mock Turtles had the one hit wonder with Can You Dig It? We do know the form with Groovy Train, but altogether now is probably the best. Soup Dragons, I'm Free. Yes, we've got them here. And we've got the album by the Inspirer Carpets, Saturn 5. Dubstar with Stars, we have some Dubstar. White Town with Your Woman, and that's a one hit wonder as well. Bentley Rhythm, yes, Bentley's gonna sort you out. I don't know when. When you get slim and weak. Fat boy slim, Rockefeller shank. That's when Bentley's gonna sort you out, fat boy. The prodigy, all you gotta do is breathe. Yeah, well, still breathing. And the Duke's here, well, there goes the fear. Now how's Bentley gonna sort you out? Athletes, you'll be tied in wires. Or you'll have wires running down your nose and wires running into your toes. And it's all a bit of television. Heaven, heaven or the tequila. Massive attack is being on our angel. Isn't that a disgrace? Massive attack, angel. Franz Ferdinand, take me out if you have had enough of this William Live show. The Libertines don't look back into the sun. Gorillas feel good ink. The Kooks naive. Yeah, all knowing all these bands in the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Spread your love. Reverend and the Makers. Yeah, we have come across some heavyweight champion of the world. Or would be. Hot ship over and over. We've been trying to play it for ages. LCD sound system. Daft Punk is playing at my house every day. But nobody comes over to listen to it. Stable singers, I'll take you there. I'm about to jump. Oh, it's okay, it's back now. Simeon, never be alone, not knowing. We know gossip standing in the way of control. Uh, Naughty's band. Block party with Banquet, yeah. Touring breaks, painkiller, and the Thrills one horse town. All hits. Magic numbers. Love me like you. Star Sailor, silence is easy. We liked a lot of Star Sailor at the time. Empire of the Sun, we have done them. We are the people. Idlewild as well, you held the world in your arms. And the Charlatans, the only one I know, got on a spacecraft and went to Mars. 30 Seconds to Mars, Kings and Queens. And we've highlighted them as well over the years. Jamie T, Sticks and Stones. Not much into Jamie T. We know about Cage the Elephant, Shake Me Down. Wanda Jackson, let's go back to the 50s and have a party. Early 60s. And the Angels, My Boyfriend's Back. 1963. Which was once seen as exciting trouble, between the boys. Same as in the song that the boys want to, you know, oh yeah, I want to kill him because my boyfriend's back. And the boyfriend is looking for him. Brenda Lee says he's coming on strong. That's all. Not to get excited about. And the Eagle or the Equals, Pieces on My Back. Yeah, Eddie Grant, Clash UK. Yeah, and Don Gibson said, I was at sea at the time, Sea of Heartbreak. And Sam Cooke said, well, I'm only 16. Leapy Lee says, I was firing little arrows. I had to leap out the way. The Ivy League said, I'll be in my bed, tossing and turning, when I heard such a commotion. It was taking place at Amen Corner. Somebody was bending me and shaping me. I wonder who it did be. And then I heard that shoe. On my little flute, it was Crispy and St. Peter's with the Pied Piper. John Fred and his Paper Band. Judy in Disguise, said the Beatles. With diamonds. No, John Fred and the Playboy Bands. The Beatles was Lucy in the Sky with diamonds. But John Fred's kind of cover of it, or mock of it, and his Playboys was Judy in Disguise with glasses. Sure South, the Games People Play, 69. Red River Rock, Johnny and the Hurricanes, 59. And Hank Lachlan, Please Help Me, I'm Falling, 1960. Iron Butterfly, Negata La Vida, 1968, original full version, which goes on for over 17 minutes. It means in a beautiful garden, Iron Butterfly. Again, a big thing, shortened for the radio, of course, to about 3 or 4 minutes, but the only thing that hard, but a lot of people liked Iron Butterfly. Gary Puckett in Union Gap, Lady Willpower, John Lee Hooker's Farther Back Than That, Boom Boom, Ray Peterson, early 60s, Tell Laura I Love Her, 1964, Most Hello Little Girl in the Beatles days. Desmond Deck and the Aces, Israelites, as we're coming to the later 60s. And everything. And I just get it right. It looks like there's two Desmond popping up. That's what's confusing us. There. And the Hollywood Argyles, Alley Oop. And Humble Pie, Natural Born Boogie, big hit for Humble Pie and nothing else. Same more Hollywood Argyles in their day, early 60s, Alley Oop. Speedy Gonzales, Pat Boone, 1962. He had many hits. He didn't have too many in the 60s, but Speedy Gonzales is one of them, 62. Vanity Fair, 1969, early in the morning. Oh Happy Day, about the same time the Edwin Horton singers. And Dale and Grace, I'm Leaving It All Up to You, was much earlier in the 60s. Red Box for America, 1985. Jesus and Mary Train, Some Candy Talking. And Blancmange, well, where did the baby put his blancmange? Poop, springs it off his spoon, right on the ceiling. Yeah, blancmange is living on the ceiling. My mother can't get it down, she's not gonna bother. So some bacteria and some germs is living on the ceiling, yeah. And Tanita Tikram, good tradition that. Mary Wilson says, just what I always wanted, to be living on the ceiling. And Los Lobos, La Bamba. And Nick Clement, Each Time You Break My Heart, in Shakespeare's Sisters, Your History. I have a long history of going back to the 10th of October 2020. I'm sure to be approaching 3 years this year. I'll be doing me 3 years, sure. London Boys, well, not you got to have London Nights. Red Box, Lean on Me, IO, 985, and Matt Bianca, Half a Minute. I want to do a song. And D-Mob with Coffee Dennis, Come On and Get My Love. Come on, then. And Lamont is doing Tell Me about when you were living on the ceiling. Hollywood Beyond, What's the Color of Money? It could have a green, red, blue, got it like yellow, brown. Hollywood Beyond. Simon Harris, yes, how low can you go? And Modern Romance, Best Years of Our Life. Yeah, we know them. Know of these bands. Debbie Gibson, Shake Your Love. The B movie, Remembrance Day, never heard of. Yeah, I have, but it's patchy. Fudge box, yeah, no, Pink Sunshine. We got a fudge box, and we're gonna play it. Sisters of Mercy, Liz Corrosion. Yes, we know we've got Sisters of Mercy album. And next one, Menswear with Daydreamer. Yeah, I know about them and wasn't too greatly up on them. And Gear Dad to Earth with Love is similar. And Spears Hug, we've heard of them in the meantime. And Sugar Ray every morning. Mark Cohen had a good hit with Walking in Memphis. Had his feet 10 feet off the ground, and the guards didn't see him. Levelers, just the one. A beautiful day is the best by the levelers. Beloved, sweet harmony. Rosilla, everybody's free to feel good. 91. Grace, it's not over yet. And the Utah Saints, something good. And En Vogue, my lovin', you're never gonna get it. Well, what's the use of recording your video? Peter Andre, Mysterious Girl. Mark Morrison, Return of the Back. I didn't know I was looking for love, everything but the girl. It is so they just formed a band and didn't know they were looking for love, but they met each other and I think they got married or something, yeah. So Adina Howard, Freak Like Me, Colour Me Bad, I Wanna Sex You Up. Cleopatra with Cleopatra's Theme. Coolio Gangster's Paradise with LV. Snow with Informer is quite well known. All of these, apart from maybe Cleopatra a little, but we do know Cleopatra. Gina G, oh, just a little bit, yes, and Donny Minogue, all I wanna do. Suggs, yeah, he did a few on his own. I'm on leaving madness. I'm only sleeping. Jimmy Neal as well did several hits in the 80s, 90s, ain't no doubt. And the Ream, things can only get better in 93. Delight, Groove is in the Heart, and the Bare Naked Ladies. I was with her for 1 week, and she's not getting bare anymore, so there you go. The Mike Flowers Pops, Wonderwall. Independent Love Song from Scarlet. Family Stand. Uh, yeah, everybody knows about Mike Flowers Pops. Did Wonderwall, pop version. No, yeah, we do know of them. And Dawn Penn, You Don't Love Me. Donna Lewis, I Love You Always Forever. Ah, somebody's telling a lie there, eh? And we're not too much up on them too neither. More Chiba, we had more Chiba album, part of the process. And we know Montrose rocked the nation way back in the 70s. And Saxon with the Wheels of Steel. Born to be Wild from Riot V. Only Born to be Wild we accept is Steppenwolf. Don't know Riot V. And Sammy Hagar, Space Station number 5, yes, and with Montrose there, they done Space Station as well. I was with them also. Wolfsbane doing Steel. Motorhead and Girls School, Please Don't Touch, the old Johnny Kidd song from the 50s. Michael Schenker Group, Armed and Ready. Uh, Simple Chula. Screaming for Vengeance. Dave Mustaine, School's Out. Geordie with a Black Cat Woman with Brian Johnson there. And Glenn Hughes, Getting Tighter. Rick Derringer, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. Familiar with Rick Derringer. Girls' School, Take It All Away. Foghat. I Just Want to Make Love to You. That's Frogget, 1974. Ian Gillan did his version of Smoke on the Water. Deep Purple's song, of course, in Ian Gillan with Deep Purple. Hawkwind, Motorhead. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, the two groups were with each other one time, and Paul Diano Rothschild, his association with Iron Maiden, Blue Cheer, Summertime Blues, 1968, and Eddie done it in about 1957, Eddie Cochran. A great little song there by Eddie. A lot of people have done it, The Who as well, Crazy Train, Dee Snider, Bret Michaels, Nothing But a Good Time, and Hollywood Rose. Anything goes for Hollywood Rose. Rat, I'm back for more. Dundalkin, 18, and the Bang Tango. We know about the 20th Century Boy, 1992. Headbangers, had Headbangers Ball, and Kevin Dublow, Whole Lot of Love, and Lita Ford, Kiss Me Deadly, seems to be one of the better ones of that group. And Jimmy Page with Lord Such, Wailing Sounds. Pleased to discover Lord Such, Screaming Lord Such in the 1960s, and our parliamentary candidate at general elections, with Screaming Lord Such and the Monster Raven Looney Party. Paranoid, that's from Vince Neil, and Julian Turner, Back in Black, and Chuck Billy, Seeking Destiny, and Sebastian Bach is with Skid Row. I Don't Live Today, and Tie Your Mother Down, Ted Nugent and Lemmy, and Bruce Kulick, Hot for the Teacher with Van Halen, and Motorhead, It's a Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll, and Samson, Hard Times from Samson. And Stephen Piercy, he's running with the devil. It sure took a lot to do, eh? I'm going to have a look in that studio. Oh, yeah. Well, we weren't expected to overrun quite much today. Right. Now, I'm still going to give you two on here. I'm going to do your pure 70s. I'm going to give you three on each side. That is two. Sure, three from the first side. Don McLean, If We Try. I haven't got a Sherlock on hand, but he's just on his perch down here, waiting for when we need him. Big Sherlock in action today. Danny's song, Loggins and Messinia. And Edie Gourmet, It Takes Too Long. What was that? If We Try, Don McLean. Who wants it? Side 2, which we call side 2. It's not really side because MP3. All Ian's Dance With Me, Deep Purple, Shows Your Fortune, and a huge corporation. I've got caught dancing again. Shows Your Fortune, Deep Purple. And that's called Pure 70s. Now, a man standing in his spot. A man standing in his spot is not getting refreshments. He's back and he's on the 60s and he's going to get him on two sides. And he's going to get a 3 on 2. Should just call it 3 on 2, but of course not everyone's got 2. Sometimes you do 4. A Move, Blackberry Way, Zombies, She's Not There, and Herman's Silhouette. Move, Blackberry Way, any day for me. We messed it up. We only did them in one. Sure, we'd continue with that second side. And be frank, I feel Lovesick Blues. Jerry and the Pacemakers, I Like It. Or PJ Proby Somewhere. Jerry and the Pacemakers, I Like It. On 2 again, 3 on 2. 70s this time. Midnight Train to Georgia, Gladys Knight. Moving Out Today, Carol B. Garcia. No Regrets, Walker Brothers, that's the one. And on two, Dynamite from Mud, Middle of the Road, Surely, Surely. And Alvin Stardust, My Cuckoo. That's the one for me, Cuckoo. I like my Cuckoo too. This one I'm going to do them on three because there is three. So 3 on 3. A Sarah Smile, Hall and Oates. A Boogie Fever, Silvers. And Sweet Love, Commodores. What did I say? Sarah Smile, Hall and Oates. And on two, a little bit more Dr. Hook. Dream on Aerosmith. And Saturday Night, the Bay City Rollers. That'll do both. And on three, Getaway, Earth, Wind and Fire. Slow Ride by Foggett. And Break It Up Is Hard to Do by Neil Sedaka. We'll choose that one. Done It Again in the 70s. Lost and Found, we'll give you them on three. 3 on 3. ABC, Be Near to Me. Rock the Casbah by The Clash. And Friday I'm in Love, Cure. I'll take Rock the Casbah by The Clash. And on two, Soundhead, or Sweethead from Morrissey, that's the way it is. Regret from New Order. And Strange Love from Depeche Mode is our selection. And on three, and Shattered Dreams, Johnny Hates Jazz, Wishing by a Flock of Seagulls, and Close to Me by The Cure. It's Wishing from a Flock of Seagulls. I'll give you them on two. It's Indie. I'll give you them on two. Undertones, Teenage Kicks, Unbelievable EMF, and Live Forever by Oasis. Go on, but we like Teenage Kicks by the Undertones, yes. And on to There Goes the Fear by the Dubs, Feel Good Inc. Gorillas, or Silence is Easy by Starship. I'm going to give it to There Goes the Fear, Dubs. 60s, I'm going to give you them on two. Safari's Wipeout, Trina Lopez if I Had a Hammer, and Viva Bobby Joe by the Equals. That's the one, both. And on the second one, Johnny Tillotson, Poetry in Motion, Temptations, My Girl, and Walking Back to Happiness, Helen Shapiro. I'm going to give it to Helen Shapiro, Walking Back to Happiness. Swinging 60s, I'm going to give them on two. The Angels, Me Boyfriend's Back. Betty Everett, It's in His Kiss. And Lou Christie, Lightning Strikes. That's always. And on two, Foundations, Build Me Up Buttercup, People on No Danger, Morning, Mersey Beach, Wishing and Hoping. We're going for Build Me Up Buttercup, Foundations. The 80s, going to give you them on one. We're going to split the one and give you them on two. Yeah, Living Daylights, then Jericho, Big Area, and Simply Red, A New Flame. Then Jericho, Big Area, because it was quite a biggish area to cover, so we're going to cover the bottom part now. Coming Out, Never Say Goodbye. Plamons, Don't Tell Me. And Aztec Camera, Somewhere in My Heart. And that's it is, that's the one we're going for. And now we're going to go to the 90s. Only one, but we're going to give you them on two by splitting the one. Catatonia Road Race, Faith No More Epic, and Rosella Everybody's Free. Catatonia Road Race. And on the bottom half, it's Jimmy Neal, Ain't No Doubt. Voice of the Beehive, I Think I Love You. The Cause, What Can I Do? I like Voice of the Beehive, I Think I Love You. There it goes, in the 90s. Last one coming up by the heavy metal. I'll give you them on two. School's Out, Alice Cooper. Cat Scratch Fever, Ted Nugent. And War Pigs from Black Sabbath. Whoosh, sort that all out. School's Out, Alice Cooper. And on two, Great White, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Warrant with his cherry pie. And he didn't give us a bit. And Michael Schenker Group, Doctor Doctor. That's the one for me. Yes, and that's it. And say bye-bye to Little Furry Cat. Fluffy the Cat. Fluffy the Cat. Sometimes call him Furious. I have different names for different ones. Sherlock Bear. Hello, everybody, and thank you for being on the show. And I say bye-bye to you for now. And our guest of the show, very heavy, Billy Bass. Thank you, everybody. I'll be coming on the show again a little bit more often. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, and bye-bye for now. So there you go. And thanks to everybody. And Big Sherlock's here as well. And thank you, everybody. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Yeah. And bye-bye from now. Bye-bye.